Following on from the offline pattern that we were doing the past 3 weeks, I suppose, we're just going to go over the crump again, just because we need to, and it's always a good thing to practice. And it's just got that mentality of getting offline and then striking again, whereas like we were doing with the thrusts, we wind it up, we go out the other way. So it's same kind of thought process behind it. Obviously there's a number of ways that we can crump, because we can use front edge to a front edge, so it's like a ribbon cut. Obviously we don't have to be on below, we can be down here, up here to do it, things like that. So if Aaron comes over here, obviously not going to hit you with it, but if we stand there, it's better. Make sure you can see properly, guys, as well. I know a lot of you know it, but it's good to just go back over it again, because one thing, obviously, doing it once or twice, but to just get it down and to try and nail timing and sort of just refresh that in our heads as well. Obviously, for the newer members, it's more beneficial, but there we go. So if Aaron just comes at me with that, number one, I can get it down here. I've got control of it. I've almost barred the sword as well, and then I can come in with my cut to the side there. Obviously, keeping the distance here because we haven't got any protection on, but if we came in a little bit closer, that strike should be more to Aaron's dome. So for a little bit, we'll just go slow. From here, get it down, and then I can strike there. Whilst taking that sort of back foot out the way, so I'm sort of offline from Aaron's point. That's from the top right. So if you did one from the left, I'm going to use my short edge this time. So it's coming in, so I can get it down there and then just bring it straight back across. No, I haven't stepped too far offline here, but that could all be down to just where I put my first foot and then come there. There you go. Okay, so that's the first two. So it's a front edge one, so it's coming here. So using my front edge with a short edge strike to the head or the arm, depending on what you fancy doing. And then if we're in our, this is one you were talking about when you charge it up and you come in with that shield how. Same sort of thought process with that. So you've got your thumb pointing to your face. So if it's here, Aaron's coming in. I take that step out nice and wide, and then I can come around with my strike. You don't have to do the windmill. If he comes in again, it could just be a beat it out the way and then step in with it, but you're stepping offline out the way. That works really well. We know a lot of people have done that in sparring sessions that we've done. So it's just a case of smash it out the way, and then you step in with the cut. What you were talking about before about going into the arms, again, that's a classic one for this one. So if Aaron comes at me with his cut, yeah, from there, so we're coming in, get it down, and then I could just drive my, oh, I'm going to step in too much here, but drive it into the creases of his arm or something like that, or just a forearm, push it right down, so his blade will go into the floor and not into you. So have a go with the first two, and then we'll start working on them from below after that. Okay. Gloves, probably, yeah. Unless you know you were going to go slow with it, but just get that kind of. What am I thinking now? Get that kind of stimulus going. So we're not here to beat each other. We're not here to win. We're just here to give each other the right stimulus. So you might be pulling your block. You might not be coming in strong enough with it to allow that person to slap out the way and come in with it, just so they know where that blade needs to be in relation to how good they're going to get that strike over, or how, you know, if they're going to be able to do it successfully, rather than just be like, no, you will not do the crump on me. I'm going to be really strong and it's not going to work at all. You need to let it work, because we're not here to win each other. We're here to just help each other figure it out, because then we're going to beat the people that we spar with in other clubs then. Yeah? Okay? So obviously the crump can be done from above, as we just looked at, or from here. We're going to just do a traditional sort of one where we're going to stay in, like, let's say it's Alba or a sort of a low guard. So if Aaron comes in with that, just one cut, no, come in with a nice, yeah. So I'm just going to do that thing where we meet it, get it out of the way, and then I can come in with my cut there. And it's the same again on this side as well. So if I'm in this position, this is a good one. Push it out of the way, and then this is the one I like to use to come in with that just bog standard cut to the torso or the face. Face obviously is favourable for points because it's, you know, high scorer. But once again from the right, so if we're in this position, I use my back edge, front edge strike to the head or the forearm, and then same again, I'm going to use my back edge to strike this one out now. So it's coming in, so it's back edge out, and then front edge straight to the head. And if I needed to get more offline, I could just step in with it or just drive it into him instead. It's literally the same principle as just being up here, which is what we learned with when we did the winding, where we came down into winding. We're just reversing it, so it's a strike like that, and then it's front edge instead, like that, bam. Or your back edge, depending on how you want your thumb to be. It can be done by either or. So if you're here, be front edge strike, like a ribbon cut, and then we've got the back edge. No, it's not. That's the front edge, back edge. There you go, yeah. And then either or each side. So have a play with them. We've done these loads of times, but like it is really good. And what's more important is the getting either stepping into the right or into the left, so well into it. This is how they describe it. So if you're going to do it, you know, step in here. So when you do take that step out of the way, you're literally just pivoting. So your body is just rotating to allow them to go that way, or anything coming in, you dodge it. Same again for the other. So the left side tends to be a little bit more maybe pass through with the right. Depending on how you end up, it will feel comfortable doing either or. If you take a big enough step in, then you're kind of all right. You just need to do the little side step to the side. But if you need to continue, then just take that passing with the right and drive it into them. You could even strike it at the same time, but it might feel a bit weird if you struck and then you've got your sword coming back at you. Whereas if you just push it into them, even if it ended up in a thrust, you still, you know, you've got the dominant sort of tactic of, yeah, there you go. So have a throw around with that, and then we'll cutting the middleman out and just go in like bam, bam, straight into the face. Yeah. That's lovely. Like, because you don't, so obviously we've been doing the stepping forward with it, but you don't have to. Like if Aaron, yeah, ideally this works if you don't step forward. So if Aaron comes in and I'm just going to rely on it to beat it out of the way, and then I step forward with that strike, and then I'm offline then, and then can come down on the forearms or something. But it's like that with every sort of defensive or attacking, isn't it? So if you think, oh, actually, he's really attacky today, and I'm going to use that as to my advantage. So I'm letting him lead me, but at the same time, I'm attacking him because he doesn't realize it yet. So it's here. So he's coming in with his nice stepping into me. I just go get that blade out of the way, and then bam into the face. And I've then gone and stolen the tempo. Is it Vornak? Was it? The before and after. Yeah, so before is what you want, and the after is not. Yeah. So you just literally instantly take it without them being like, oh. And if you know that's going to happen, the better you go. I was going to say the better you beat it off. Bad choice of words. But the better you go, bam, like that, and just lock the arms so they don't go too far behind you. The more their blade is going to go right that way, and then you just literally just shame them by just smashing them in the face, and they're just like, no, to see this blade coming to them. I was just saying that the Krumph just isn't about hitting that sword out of the way, because you could, like, if we came in just watch yourself, Bella. So if I'm in this position and you coming in from there, I could meet you before it and just get my the out the way with my coming forward to you. Yeah, yeah, literally. Oh, 100%. I mean, this has kind of been a thing of mine for a little bit ever since you were talking about going for the head with it. So it's a really good forearm taker. And then if you miss it, you can just wind it back up and come straight down like that. So you haven't got a lot of error of body moving too far one way. So you can literally just roll your wrist and then strike or something. Yeah.